So this is a bonus video for those of you who have just stumbled across the channel. Well, you've got nothing to compare it against, but this is a Wednesday video. The Sunday videos, I'm out in the field shooting, and you got to check them out. I'm telling you, there's no one shooting like me. He's arrogant. He's like, well, you'll be the judge of it. I'm sick today. This is the third time I've been sick since fucking Christmas Day. And it's Katie's birthday. So I've got all that to contend with. I know, babe.
Yeah.
But she's happy, I think. So I thought today what I would talk to you about is my zine, The Way of the Street Photographer. I've got no shame. The reality of it is, though, I reckon I should charge triple for this. You grab yourself a copy. I promise you won't regret it. It's called The Way of the Street Photographer, and it is a juicy little pocketbook full of inspiration. A lot of what I talk about at the Dare workshop is, and the Dare photography community is, that's a bit bright, and it's flavouring the zine. So you can get it on my website, lashmarcreative.com. And what I thought I'd do, I'd read you a few little snippets. On the back, fear is all that stands in the way of the images you seek. The Street Thief, Dream 11. Guilt. Yeah. How do you sleep at night? You cannot take great street photographs and be guilt-free. You will be required, therefore, to live with a certain amount of guilt. The kind of photographs that really speak to the soul cannot always be captured comfortably. The trick is to be completely honest with yourself. How far can you cross the line and still get a decent night's sleep? I overthink everything, people. It's like, you know, it is, people take these photographs and then they'll paste a story or a reason for why they took it, as if that's, you know, somehow less exploitive. Street photography is exploitive. It is. It's exploitation. And people don't want to have that responsibility in their heads. We're not kidnapping anybody here. You know, we're not robbing banks, and still. I look rough today, don't I? Jesus Christ. People will get annoyed. It's a little one. If you were taking photographs of people on the streets without their permission, some of them will get annoyed. If this annoyance comes as a surprise, then you are a bigger fool than you look. What Nick Cave had to say about it. Any Nick Cave fans out there? Now, granted, Nick Cave is a musician, but art is art. And I say what applies to one form of it applies to another. Anyway, he said this: the most important undertaking of my day is to simply sit down at my desk and pick up a pen. Without this elementary act, I could not call myself a songwriter, because songs come to me in intimations too slight to be perceived, unless I am primed and ready to receive them. They come not with a fanfare, but in whispers, and they come only when I am at work. I sit to attention in my suit on the edge of my imagination, prepared for the beautiful line to arrive. Sometimes it does, sometimes it does not. Either way, I am powerless to influence the outcome. So often we stand bereft before our ingenuity, with nothing to show for our efforts, yet at other times we are ushered in. This reminds me of, I was watching a YouTube video the other day about, someone was talking about Bob Dylan winning the Nobel Prize for Literature. And Bob Dylan didn't turn up at the award ceremony to receive the prize. Who was the guy that I was talking to you about? I mentioned this to you, Kate. Mm-hmm. The poet. Who was the guy that said? Leonard Cohen. And he said, giving Bob Dylan a Nobel Prize for Literature is the equivalent of giving Mount Everest a medal for being the tallest mountain in the world. You know, Mount Everest didn't do anything to become the biggest mountain in the world. And those artists and musicians and creatives, more often than not, what's happening is they're getting out of the way of themselves, out of their thinking, so that they're receptive to what's already there. They're like a vessel. They don't own that song, that photograph, that painting. And you can look back in history where artists, great artists, are in alignment with that as a thing. It's like they don't own it. McCartney, for one, woke up in the morning with Yesterday fully formed, the song Yesterday fully formed in his head. Like, how the fuck can he own that? So, but what happens, the ego wants to get involved. Yeah, it wants to fix, it wants to get better, it wants to control. So read one more and then we'll sack it out. We can go and have a lie down then. Let's have a look. Take charge of your process. Yeah? Again, stop waiting around for the stars to align. Are you the type of photographer who hopes for the best? Who hopes for the best? Who walks the streets and is at the effect of situations happening? Or are you the kind of photographer that is alert and vigilant and who attacks the streets with purpose and a certainty that they are going to encounter the good stuff? And then the inside cover. This book must be read thoroughly and then burnt. The Street Thief. And the idea of this is kind of dreams that I have. So the Street Thief in this incarnation is not me. It's me having dreams with this kind of mystical character called the Street Thief and asking him questions in those dreams and just transcribing it in the way of the street photographer for you guys. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Those of you new to the channel, like I said, check out the other videos, guys. It's totally different to this. And those of you who have been around for a while, you know I love you. Stay lucky. Don't forget to polish your lenses. Check out the podcast, the Dare Photography podcast. The Dare Photography workshop is pretty much sold out. I've got one place left. It's in London in May. I can probably fit one more person in. But as of pretty much, I think Monday or Tuesday, it'll be sold out. That'll do for today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Out.